Hey NatureHub, Justin here, and today we're going to be looking at a few ways for you to not fail at your organic gardening endeavors this year. There are a lot of people who think it's super hard, but it's really not, so let's go. Number one, timing. So anytime you transplant your plants, you are damaging their roots in a small way, and it's very important that you are not going to put them under any more stress by planting them at the hottest part of the day. I suggest planting your plants in the evening or right before a rainstorm. Another part of timing is to not follow the back of the seed packet very closely. See, a lot of these seed packets are extremely vague, so if you're following them closely, you might be planting at the wrong time. It's much better to find an organic gardener in your area, go to a local nursery, or even check out the website of a local university's ag program, where a lot of times they have the best recommendations. Number two, let shade be your friend. Full sun does not always mean full sun. So on the back of these seed packets, a lot of times they'll say full sun, and you plant it in the full sun and it completely kills your plant. So when in doubt, plant stuff a little bit more in the shade. You know, this oak right here loves the sun, so does the sweet potato, but I've got some plants back here, like this ginger and this aloe vera, that they absolutely require shade. And if you put them in the sun, they're going to die a slow, grisly death. So make sure you are talking to your local gardeners out there where you are to make sure that you're planting the stuff in the correct areas, not just what they say on the back of the seed pack. Number three, moisture levels. A lot of kids might like to water the garden every day, but usually that's not necessary unless you're in extremely hot, dry conditions. It's much more important, usually, that you have good drainage in your garden. So I've got these bottles that allow just a little bit of extra drainage for these roots of these okra plants here, and I've got these slightly raised rows which allow for more surface area and a little bit of additional drainage. Now if you are losing water too quickly, you can always try putting some leaves on top or any kind of mulch that will prevent the moisture from escaping so quickly. It's especially important that you're making sure that the ground is not staying too moist in the summertime, where the hot, moist conditions can encourage bacterial growth, or in the wintertime where you don't have as much evaporation taking place. Here's number four. If your plants are dying due to dehydration, it's important that you trim them. When the plant has more leaves, it's going to consume more water because the process of photosynthesis consumes water. So you can a lot of times save your plants by trimming about a third of the leaves off of them. And while you're at it, a lot of plants, such as this basil here, will grow really good little cuttings just by clipping them off, trimming off 30 to 60% of the leaves and the buds, and sticking them in the water. I've got this mint growing that all I did was I trimmed off some mint that was a little dehydrated and stuck it in the water, and now I'm gonna have 2 mint plants. So pretty cool, huh? Get a lot of plants going off of just this one cutting of basil. Number five, companion planting. That's the practice of planting different plants next to each other that really will help each other grow. This is a great book about it called Carrots Love Tomatoes. We'll include that in a link in addition to how to build these beds. And we've got an article that follows this video that has a lot more information if you want to go deeper into this. But here we have some eggplants that really are benefiting from having this basil here, which is a defensive plant. It's attracting insects here that will attack things that like this eggplant. We also have these beans planted, which are fixing nitrogen into the soil. These eggplants love the beans love the eggplant. And over here we've got some cucumbers, which are big fans of the beans. And so hopefully those beans will start doing their magic pretty soon. And we've got a volunteer squash over here. Yeah, so make sure your plants have a lot of friends. And don't forget that there's also plants that your plants don't like that will kill them. Number 6, when you decide it's time for products like this to be gone and Roundup that has been recently shown to cause cancer, try using vinegar and water to kill some of those weeds. And for bugs, Dr. Bronner's and water works wonders. Another bonus of trimming your plants is that you can use those trimmings and cover over a lot of the weeds instead of even having to worry about that. Or come fall, just wait around and your neighbors will probably just bring tons and tons of bags of leaves to the front of their driveways for you to conveniently pick up and put in your organic garden. Number 7, don't be shy. Make sure to connect with as many gardeners as you can in your area, because most of the plants that I've gotten, like the Seminole pumpkin, came from generous other gardeners giving me seeds, and I have been giving away a lot of these to my friends also. Number 8, don't forget about the fungi, and I'm not just talking about myself. So one of the biggest signs of a healthy garden is lots of fungi. So don't think that's a bad thing. These are actually breaking down nutrients in the soil and making them more available for the plants. And in times of drought, plants can exchange sugars for water that the fungi are storing. I've got these wooden barriers on my garden. These logs are able to attract more fungi, and they also keep some of the weeds out. So instead of tilling your soil next year, which can a lot of times disrupt those fungal networks, try just building up layer after layer. It helps your soil stay moist, and it also is going to prevent weeds from growing in there. Number 9, start with the easy plants first, not the stuff that you're finding at the Home Depot Garden Center that's probably not even really meant for your area, like orchids and things like that, which are extremely difficult to grow and are specific to certain parts of the world. Find out what plants grow really well in your area. I've got this yucca cassava behind me, and all I have to do to get another one to grow is rip off a branch and shove it in the ground. I've got these Florida cranberries right here that are so easy to grow that I never even have to plant them. They self-seed every year. They're great for this area, so find what's good near you. Number 10, don't be held back by the cost factor. You should be actually benefiting financially from your gardening. Just the other day, I pulled out $300 worth of sweet potatoes out of my garden. Even with a small space and a little bit of time, you can really make this work for you financially. It shouldn't be something where you're going to the store and buying tons of expensive plants. You can plant your own stuff. You can trade your gardening friends for stuff. If you don't have gardening friends, message me in the comments and I will send you some Seminole pumpkin seeds. If you are spending tons of money on mulch and on soil, you can make those things. You can compost and make some real good soil. You can pick up some of the yard clippings from your neighbors that they usually just throw right out to the front of the yard every week, and you can drag that over and create your own mulch, your own dirt. So we hope you enjoyed this top 10 of how not to fail at organic gardening. If you have some other ideas of some ways that can be beneficial for some new struggling gardeners out there, make sure to add them to the comments below. If you want more resources on how to live a sustainable life, check out our Medium page. We have medium.com/NatureHub. Check out our website. We're about to come out with an app and we're super excited, and we hope you will get involved. Anyway, it was great hanging out with you guys in the garden. I'll see you next time.